patroness of all of this, Persephone.
Hear, hear.
To the sunshine and the fruit of the vine she gives us every year, asking nothing in return, except that we should live and learn to live as brothers in this life, and to trust she will provide. And if no one takes too much, there will always be enough. She will always fill our cups, and we will always raise them up. Oh, come on. Let the world we dream about be the one we live in now. 'Cause right now we're living it. Living it up. Oh, brother, right here we're living it.
Where are we living it?
I'll listen here, I'll tell you where we're living it up on top.
Up on top.
I'm living it up and we ain't gonna stop living it up on top.
Cheap, fake, easy to break. That's how I used to be. Here, take it. Now I'm awake. I'll tell you what I see. Plastic don't shine, glitter don't shine, rhinestones don't shine the way you do. You are so real, you are so rare. I see you there, I see you. I see stars, so many stars tonight. You could make diamonds dull. You are so beautiful. I see stars, you shine as bright as day. I will look out for you, will
the show, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to have a good time tonight?
Well, it's like he said, I'm an outdoor girl, living it up. Married to the king of the underworld, living it up on top. Trying to enjoy myself, living it up. 6 months out of every 12, living it up on top. When the sun is high, brother, so am I. Drinking dandelion wine. Brother, I'm as free as a honeybee in the summertime frame of mind. When my man comes around, oh, I know he's gonna bring me down. But for now, I'm living it.
How are you living it?
Living it up. Brother, right here, I'm living it.
Where are you living it?
Living it up on top.
Now why would a man of his own free will
Talking about your man.
go to work all day in the mine and the mill?
You think I give a damn?
Why would he trade the sunshine
Tell him how it is, brother.
for a couple of nickels and dimes? Though up on top, a man can breathe when he's living it up, picking fruit in the orchard trees, living it up on top. No one here is a millionaire, but we're living it up. What we have to share. Woo. Living it up on top. Well, come on, so brother, give me a lyre and a campfire and an open field at night. Give me the sky that you can't buy or sell at any price, and I'll give you a song for free. That's how life ought to be. So that's how I'm living it. Living it up. Oh, brother, right here we're living it. Living it up on top.
And that is how the summer went.
Oh, I'm just getting
Oh,
started.
the flowers bloomed and the fruit got ripe.
Who says times are hard?
And the lovers took each other by the hand
Anybody want a drink?
and danced underneath the sky.
Up on top, we ain't got much, but we're living it up. Just enough to fill our cups.
Living it up on top.
Brother, pass that bottle around, 'cause we're living it up. Let the poet bless this round.
To the patroness of all of this, Persephone.
Here, here.
To the sunshine and the fruit of the vine she gives us every year, asking nothing in return, except that we should live and learn to live as brothers in this life, and to trust she will provide. And if no one takes too much, there will always be enough. She will always fill our cups, and we will always raise them up. Oh, come on. Let the world we dream about be the one we live in now. 'Cause right now we're living it. Living it up. Oh, brother, right here we're living it. I'll listen here, I'll tell you where we're living it up on top. Living it up and we ain't gonna stop living it up on top.
easy to break. That's how I used to be. Here, take it. Now I'm awake. I'll tell you what I see. Plastic don't shine, glitter don't shine, rhinestones don't shine the way you do. You are so real, you are so rare. I see you there, I see you. I see stars, so many stars tonight. You could make diamonds dull. You are so beautiful. I see stars, you shine as bright as day. I will look out for you. We'll light each other's way. You're all stars. See, I went low, not high. That was my problem. Mine. Don't be frightened like me. The darker the night, the brighter you shine. Plastic don't shine, glitter don't shine, rhinestones don't shine the way you do. You are on fire, you can rise higher, up in the sky. Enjoy the view. You stars, so many stars tonight. You could make diamonds dull. You are so beautiful. I see stars. You are real, and you are rare. I want to say, I see you there. It's me and you, not us and her. 'Cause if we knew how strong we were, we'd say what we are. Say what you are. We're stars. You're a star. So many stars tonight. You could make
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Indian River Theater of the Performing Arts. Before we begin, please take note of the emergency exits located in the front and rear of the theater. Please remember to silence all cell phones and other electronic devices, and refrain from the use of any flash photography. Please keep all aisles clear of strollers and bags once we begin. On behalf of the theater and music departments and the custodial staff here at Indian River, we thank you for neither eating nor drinking in the theater. Now please sit back, relax, and enjoy the ceremony. Oh.
Dear Lord, this is why I do tech, ma'am. You have a microphone. There. Dear Lord, I'm here before you today to honor this cat, who I don't actually know, but I found outside dead on the street, probably hit by a car. I call her Rosa because, well, I don't know her real name, and I like the name Rosa. What do we know about Rosa? Well, we know she was one of your creations and therefore precious, and we know that she was far more worthy in your eyes than the who hit her with his car or called himself his owner and probably got her as a kitten and just threw her out on Foothill Boulevard when he became bored with her because, well, why not? And why Foothill Boulevard? For Christ's sake, that's a busy street. If she weren't hit by the car, she would have gotten sick or killed or worse, whatever. Point is, Rosa is going to heaven, and the wizard who called himself her owner is going... Sorry, did not mean to overstuff. That's That's your decision, of course. My bad. Rosa was one of the most beautiful cats you could give. I can tell. Anyone can tell just by looking at her lifeless corpse that she was a Maine Coon. One of the most beautiful cat breeds you could put on this earth. Well, you gave breeders the scientific insight to create, but your fingerprints are all over this. Nonetheless, you can tell she's a Maine Coon from her distinct dark stripes and the lovely dark patches over her eyes and nose, which is a little longer than show quality, but nonetheless. All right, so she's not a purebred Maine Coon, but it's clear that she's, holy cripe, she's a raccoon. Oh, God, what the hell am I doing petting a raccoon? Sorry, sorry to bother you with this. Didn't mean to annoy you over a raccoon. Forgive me. I'll just take care of this. Sorry, God. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, our last senior spotlight to kick us off tonight on the celebration is Cadence Timmerman.
The balloons like that side of the stage more.
Mr. Wilson said he was going to get this for me.
He told me you were going to get it.
Mr. Wilson. Oh, wait, sorry. The song is called Ode to My Family by the Cranberries. Do, 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 understand the things I say. Don't turn away from me, 'cause I spent half my life out there. You wouldn't disagree. Do you see me? Do you see? Do you like me? Do you like me standing there? Do you notice? Do you know you did not find me? You will not find. Does anyone care? Unhappiness was when I was young and I didn't give a damn. 'Cause I spent half my life out there. We take it if we can. My mother, she told me she'd hold me when I was out there. My father, he liked me. Oh, he liked me. Does anyone care? Understand what I've become. It wasn't my design. 'Cause I'm everywhere, think some. miss you. I miss 'cause you liked me. You liked me when I was out there. Do you know this? Do you know you did not find me? You did not find anyone care. Unhappiness. Where's when I was young and we didn't give a damn? 'Cause I learned to see life as young and take it if we can. My mother, she'd hold me when I was out there. My father, he liked me. Oh, he liked me. Does anyone care? Does anyone care? Does anyone care? Does anyone care? Do, 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 do,
Thank you. Thank you, Cadence. Okay. I truly feel blessed to be a theater teacher, to walk into my classroom every day, excited to see what epiphanies, aha moments, and creative choices my students will make, to see their faces light up when an objective becomes clear or they see a project to completion. I recently saw this quote from Bill English, and he said, "Theater is like a gym for empathy. It's where we can go to build up the muscles of compassion, to practice listening and understanding and engaging with people that are not just like ourselves. We practice sitting down, paying attention, and learning from other people's actions. We practice caring. As a theater teacher, I see the power that drama has, and I have seen it transform so many of our students' lives. I know that theater has the power to increase confidence and awareness of beauty both in and around our students, as well as develop trust, perseverance, and strong interpersonal relationships. In addition, theater develops communication skills, releases creativity, and strengthens our problem-solving skills. Theater involves both process and its product, as students work individually and collaboratively when making choices about how to structure their ideas into a form appropriate for performance. This year, for the first time in a long time, I see the struggle that theater is facing nationwide. College programs, mine at SUNY Potsdam, they're shutting down their theater and dance programs. Small theaters can't afford to stay open after COVID, and students' voices are continually being shut down through censorship. I have been very blessed to work with amazing students on thought-provoking productions such as Lost Girl, Who Will Carry the Word, The Women of Lockerbie, and A Child Shall Lead. I understand the power shows like these have on our students. Their journey throughout the process puts us in touch with our common humanity, how we are all different, yet still the same in so many ways. That is the true power of what theater does. Sorry, I can't turn the page. I encourage you all, parents, relatives, friends, students, to continue to be theater advocates. Go to the theater. Do theater. Support theater that opens students' minds and hearts to a craft that transforms their lives like no other can. Oscar Wilde once said, "I regard the theater as the greatest of all art forms, the most immediate way in which a human being can share with another the sense of what it is to be a human being." Please know that your work and support matters. Theater matters. And tonight, it is my pleasure to welcome you here to share in the induction of 25 new inductees into the Indian River Thespian Troupe 4958 from the International Thespian Society. At this time, I would like to invite all of our current Thespian members to come take a space on stage. If you could join us up here. We didn't practice getting into rows. We're used to rehearsal. Just kidding. Love you guys. We're missing some, so that's okay. We'll just leave the seats there in case they show up. And then with great pleasure, I would like to introduce, first of all, our 20 high school inductees to come down. New inductees. And leave 5 together. And for the first time, there has been a junior thespian troupe started at our middle school. And we have 5 brand new junior inductees to junior thespian in Indian River. Come on down, our 5 middle school junior thespians. Yes, 25. I think this is the biggest class we've had in a long time. It's so exciting to me. Through hard work, sacrifice, and dedication, these candidates have earned sufficient points on a scale dictated by the International Thespian Society to have the right to be called thespians. It is a title of honor, signifying a commitment to an art as old as humanity. Commitment to theater is what we are all about. We strive to give young adults a place for outstanding theater where the standards of excellence in theater arts will be advanced, and to honor those students who do theater well. It is a belief of the founders that participation in the arts is an essential means of widening students' cultural horizons and enriching their lives. We're going to pause to reflect on the many aspects of our art, which encompasses all the major forms of human expression. The history of theater is the history of all people. It is the continuing search to find the answers to the awesome mysteries that motivate human personality. Just as our early ancestors dramatized a crisis in their lives, so today we come to the theater to search for answers. To recall and pay tribute to these arts, we begin our candle lighting ceremony. Our first speaker is Thespian co-president Cadence Timmerman.
During the 6th century, one of the writers of tragedy, Thespis, added a new dimension to drama when he stepped away from the choir and recited portions of the drama alone. In this moment, he separated himself from the chorus. Thespis became the first actor. We also believe that it was he who first used masks so a person could play more than one part. In honor of this early Greek writer, all actors are called thespians. I light this candle in memory of Thespis. We have our two we have our emblem, the two masks of comedy and tragedy in colors of gold and blue, bound together with a Thespian T. I light this candle to remind us that this emblem represents a proud and dignified heritage that is now entrusted to us.
Our next speaker is Ash Struble, our Thespian Troupe Secretary.
No one knows when people began to dance. Archaeologists believe that people have always danced, to specify the frightening forces of nature and to express joy in the gentle beauty around them. Wherever people lived, dance and drama developed. People created a world which expressed in dance and movement their emotions, prayers, hopes, dreams, and sometimes the simple joys of life. I light this candle from the Thespian candle in honor of the art of acting without words, dance and pantomime.
Our next speaker is Riley Neal, our Thespian co-treasurer.
Music is the language of time and space. From the prehistoric era to the present moment, music is a record of human feelings. Early people responded to the environment around them, finding music in the shouts echoed again and again in triumphs and defeats, thus releasing people's innermost feelings. For the first musical instruments, there were two sticks banging at the same time or stones clapped together in repeated beats. I light this candle in honor of musical expression that enhances so much of theater today.
Our next speaker is Madison Taylor, who is our other co-treasurer.
Pantomime and rhythm were not sufficient for early people because they sought to communicate ideas to other minds. As a result, speech became a part of our culture. Today, while we can touch the past through speech and reach into our imaginings of the future with speech, perhaps what is even more astounding is that we can reveal our thoughts, hopes, and inspirations to others in words. I light this candle in honor of speech, which lifts us from ordinary reality to entire worlds beyond, especially worlds created on stage.
Our next speaker is Hannah Cook, our Thespian vice president.
In our Western culture, dramatic literature grew in part out of the Festival of Dionysus. Playwrights presented their plays in these annual festivals. Each hoped to win the approval of the priest whose privilege it was to choose the best play and bestow the prize upon the writer. I light this candle in honor of dramatic literature, each script depicting the triumphs and challenges of our human race, and providing the map to guide the process of creating theater.
Our next speaker is Danica Landerman, our Thespian Troupe co-president.
In a very real sense, the theater today knows no bounds. It speaks to all of us, and at the same time, it speaks for all of us. It is a critical voice, encouraging people to become aware of the world in which they live and to pass judgment upon it. It is a social voice, and most important, a prophetic voice. The theater today has accepted the challenge of its time. It is stripping away the masks of Thespis and is revealing the complexities of the human condition and uncompromising vigor and honesty. Theater has outgrown the confines of the seeing place. No building can contain the impact of this most powerful force that brings together all forms of art and artistic achievement. We light this candle in honor of all that is drama, from the use of artistic lighting to focus attention, to the painting of scenery or the sculpture of costumes, or the makeup on an actor's face, from the soundless movements of acting to the rhythmic movement of dance, from the playwright's script to the spoken speech, we honor all the arts that are theater.
The following students have met the requirements for membership in the International Thespian Society, an honor and reward for their participation in our theater program here at Indian River. As your name and accomplishments are read, you will step over here and be read to, learn about your accomplishments, and we will give you your membership information. Our first person will be Charlotte Bannister.
Charlotte joined our theater program last year as a freshman. She was first seen on stage in Punk Rock Girl as one of our amazing ensemble members. She was also involved in our 10-minute play festival last spring. This year she played the doctor in Lost Girl and was part of the crew for Mean Girls. Whether she's working hard on the crew or on stage or in class, Charlotte works hard. Welcome to our IR Thespian troupe.
Our next is Gabriella Beckley.
Gabby started her theater career early in high school, starring in Forbidden Broadway during her freshman year, then later returning to portray the therapist in Lost Girl here and at the Tanis Festival. Finally, she was seen as Miss Norbury in Mean Girls. Her involvement in theater was always done with excitement and drive to succeed. Gabby is the most kind-hearted and welcoming person I've met in my years at Indian River, and I can't express my gratitude for her making me feel seen and appreciated.
Our next inductee is Dante Bolt.
Dante Bolt started doing theater at the beginning of the 2023 to 2024 school year. He has been a part of Lost Girl and Mean Girls, as well as doing other crew hours. Dante has grown a lot while working deck crew and spotlight operations. In the fall, he will be acting in Fairy Cakes. He's grown in a very short time, and I hope he continues to do theater. It is an honor to induct Dante Bolt into our Thespian troupe.
You whisper, I'm so excited. It's great. I love that. Our next inductee is Kaylee Drett.
Kaylee joined our theater department only this year and has shown their dedication as stage crew for Lost Girl and Mean Girls. They have an incredibly friendly personality and are a great team member. Congrats, and congrats to IR's Thespian troupe.
Our next inductee is McKenna Charlton.
McKenna is a sophomore and has been in 3 different productions at Indian River. She was first seen as a dancer in Footloose last year. Oh, whoopsie, sorry. 2 years ago. Last year she was the roller disco kid in Punk Rock Girl, and this year's production of Mean Girl she played Lizzie and was a member of the dance team. McKenna is a super skilled dancer and has been a lead dancer for the past 3 musicals. She participates in dance classes and is a part of IR's dance team. McKenna is a super genuine girl and always tries to put her all in everything she does.
You can shake hands, guys, or whatever you want. I'm a hugger, so they're getting hugs. Our next inductee is Wade Davis.
I met Wade during our production of last year's musical Punk Rock Girl, which was absolutely punk-tastic to perform in. He was also seen in one of the plays in the 10-minute play festival last spring. He was an understudy and stage crew member for our fall show, Lost Girl. In Mean Girls, he starred as Mr. Buck. It is clear that Wade shows a passionate spirit for theater and hopefully will continue to. It is an honor to induct Wade Davis into the Indian River High School Thespian Troupe.
Give them your speech. Okay. Congratulations, Wade. Good job, bud. Our next inductee is Jacqueline Galloway.
Jacqueline was a recent but so incredibly welcome addition to our stage crew this year. For Mean Girls, she worked very hard as part of the build crew and then stepped backstage as part of our deck crew. You have been a wonderful teammate, and we could not have done it without you. I can't wait to see what you do. Thank you for everything, and congratulations.
Okay, our next inductee is Scott Aaron.
Scott Heron has been a notable technician in our theater program. While participating in the musicals Punk Rock Girl and Mean Girls, he performed difficult technical tasks very effectively as part of the deck crew and as a fly operator. He also participated in the Tannis Festival of 2023 as a photographer. Scott has been very cooperative and compliant in this atmosphere and wonderful to work with. It has been an honor to work with him and share many laughs with him and other crew members. Welcome to Thespian Troupe number 4958.
Our next inductee is Crystal Jackson.
CJ has been doing stage crew for 2 years now, and I'm sure she will continue to do wonderful work with theater in the future. Every time I have worked with her, she has always been inquisitive and diligent, never afraid to ask questions or help others when needed. She's made it through numerous rough tech weeks and still comes back with a smile. CJ has proved to be a strong crew member and will make an amazing addition to our Thespian troupe.
Our next inductee is Lily Kane.
While Lily appears quiet, she's a force to be reckoned with and is always willing to help in any way needed. She was first seen on stage in Punk Rock Girl in the ensemble and directed a 10-minute play for our 10-minute play festival last spring. This year she played Callie in Lost Girl and was part of the crew for Mean Girls. Welcome to our Thespian troupe.
Next, Dakota Marcy.
Dakota is a senior this year and has been in several different shows, such as Punk Rock Girl, where she played Grandma Alberta, I think. Alberta? Okay. Sorry. Lost Girl as Boy/Curly, Right Before I Go as the narrator, and in Mean Girls as Damien. This year, Dakota attended the Nicaea Student Theater Conference, the Tannis Festival as a stage crew member, and for the Lost Girl performance. They also wrote an original short play to open the festival. Other activities include the 10-minute play festival and attending the NYC theater trip this year to watch Hadestown and Hamilton. Dakota is known as our theater comedian, always cracking jokes and making people laugh, our personal Damien. Congrats.
Felice Meja. I'm sorry. I always say his name wrong, and I think I say it nice and beautiful. Your last name? Mejia. Okay, I'm going to keep practicing. I got another year.
Hello again. Felice started theater during his sophomore year, where he played a student in lockdown and was one of my actors in last spring's 10-minute play festival. This year, he was seen as Slightly in Lost Girl and recently starred in the show Right Before I Go for Mental Health and Awareness Month. Felice has a remarkable gift for acting and a great sense of humor. It is my great pleasure to induct Felice Mejia. Which one? Felice Mejia IV into the Indian River High School Thespian Troupe.
Our next inductee, Madeline Morgan.
Madeline has, oh wow, sorry. Madeline has been a part of our theater department since middle school and always showed her dedication to our department. As a high school student, Maddie has been seen in Punk Rock Girl as a cool kid, Lost Girl as mother, and Mrs. George in Mean Girls. She has always worked hard on her roles and has been a leader. Welcome to our Thespian troupe.
I think she's gotten a foot taller since Mean Girls. Kelly Oslin.
Mason has been a very dedicated member of our theater program, serving as a microphone technician for Punk Rock Girl, Lost Girl, and Mean Girl. Mason is often seen at night working as crew for concerts and theater events. This year, Mason worked as crew for the Tanis Festival. It has been enjoyable working with Mason, and I look forward to working with them in the future.
Our next inductee, Kiara Ruiz.
Kiara joined theater her junior year and quickly jumped in, starting out with her role as Punk MC in Punk Rock Girl. This was followed by her role as Nina in Lost Girl, then starring as Katie in Mean Girls this March. Though she joined theater later in her high school career, her involvement in theater and its various activities had been impressively earned her enough points to be inducted tonight. I wouldn't be the person I am today without Kiara's friendship and will forever be grateful for the love and safety she has given me, even knowing her less than a year. Hug me.
Oh.
I was about to
give you the speech. Now you hug me. Oh. We hug too? We hug too, yes. Oh, thanks. And you get that, too. Thank you. Do you see what I mean about rehearsal and not having it? Yeah. Okay. Our next inductee is Ayla Scudder.
Since dragging Ayla into stage crew, I can say that she is an outstanding person to work with. She's put in countless hours towards concerts, always doing her best to be here when she can. Her participation in shows has been a huge help, especially with her most recent spot as Spotlight Operator in Mean Girls. She has earned, don't look at me like that. She has earned many points in just 1 year, which really shows her efforts to make herself part of our Thespian troupe and an amazing crew member.
Our next is William Smith.
Hello again. William Smith started acting during our sophomore year, where he was a student in last year's show, Lockdown. In addition, he was one of my actors in the 10-Minute Play Festival last spring. This year, he played as the detective in our fall show, Lost Girl, and as Mr. Duval in our recent musical, Mean Girls. And finally, he was an understudy in our latest show, Right Before I Go. William is a dedicated contributor to our theater program, and it is a pleasure and my special privilege to induct William Smith into the Indian River High School Thespian Troupe.
Oh. Yeah, I'm going to blow them out. Yeah, I'm going to blow these out. They have like the biggest flames I have ever seen on candles. Okay, sorry to ruin the ambiance. You're still. What? Oh, are you just waving smoke? I thought they were trying to get my attention. I don't think Aiden is here tonight, but I still would like you to read his speech. Aiden Stevens.
Aiden has been such a delight to have in our theater, and I'd like to confidently say he's one of the coolest guys I know. The first show Aiden acted in was Lockdown, done in October of last year. It was a very special and important show for people to see, and he did very well, especially for his first show. He did lots of Mrs. Moore's crazy dance moves in our production of Punk Rock Girl, not to mention the hard work he did backstage as stage crew in the show Lost Girl. Then, to top it all off, he had his big debut as Glenn Coco this year in the show Mean Girls. He rocked that role. Thanks for being such a goofball, Aiden.
Aslan Ward.
Aslan has been an important part of my life for many years, but it was only last year that the theater department got to see just how wonderful she is. She started her journey, albeit begrudgingly, working on Punk Rock Girl, where she stepped in at the last minute and kind of saved the day. She continued working for Mean Girls as part of our props crew and helping with odd jobs along the way. You are a valued member of this family, and I am grateful for everything you bring to this community. I love you dearly. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Everybody's taller than me. It's okay. Our last high school inductee is Chase Weston.
Hello again. Chase Weston has been acting since his freshman year. The first time I met him, he performed in one of the many plays of the 10-Minute Play Festival last spring. This year, he starred as a Lost Boy in our fall show, Lost Girl, and as Aaron in our recent musical, Mean Girls. Chase has done a wonderful job demonstrating his talents in our program and is an amazing actor. He shows true dedication and is a part of the greatest group of friends I have ever known. It is an honor and my greatest pleasure to induct Chase Weston to the Indian River High School Thespian Troupe.
Now, with wonderful, wonderful honor, I've, been here a really long time. I'm closer to retirement than anything, and it is so cool that we now have a junior thespian troupe. Thanks to Amanda Morrison, Renee Loomis, and Tanya Roy started to help as well over at the middle school. So we're really hoping that that helps to grow our program. And our first inductee is Lillian Beach.
Lillian has just begun her journey within the theater. She was an ensemble member in our recent production of Mean Girls, and she was wonderful in every rehearsal space and performance. I'm sure it can be daunting to step into this world as a middle schooler, but I can assure you that you fit right in. It was a genuine pleasure to work with you on Mean Girls. I know we are all excited to see what you do in the coming years. Thank you and congratulations.
Our next, and I like to embarrass her and tell her I talked to her mother's belly a lot at church when her mother was pregnant. Are you embarrassed? Leah Madison. Come on down.
Leah started performing in our musicals in 6th grade. She was first seen on stage in Punk Rock Girl as a nerd, a great nerd at that. This year she revised her role as semi-nerd in Mean Girls. Leah is a hard worker and always prepares for her parts and is a role model for all students. We can't wait to see how much you grow. Welcome to our IR Thespian Troupe.
Our next junior thespian is Emily Miller.
Emily Miller is an 8th grader being inducted into our junior thespians for her ensemble work in Mean Girls. The musical is a hard task for anyone to take on, and she handled it well. I hope she will continue to have that drive in anything she may do in the future. I also hope she continues in the theater program, cast or crew. It is an honor to induct Emily Miller into our thespian troupe.
And you want this stuff too. It's kind of cool. Okay. Our next junior thespian is Anna Mustafa.
Anna has acted in the Indian River Theater since 6th grade, just like me. She performed in Footloose as an ensemble member for her first show. She brought so much energy to that show. Next, she stood out on the stage as a cool kid and punk rock girl. Her costumes were always the best. The last show, Mean Girls, was probably my favorite show to see Anna in. She had a few solo parts, and they were some of the best in the show. Working with Anna has been so amazing, and she's an absolute natural when it comes to being on the stage. Congratulations, Anna.
And our last junior thespian is Ellen Oblender.
Ellen started performing in our musical this year, and what a firecracker she is. This year she was an ensemble member in Mean Girls. She's a hard worker and easy to work with. We can't wait to see you do in the future. Okay. Welcome to our IR Thespian troupe.
Truth be told, one of my favorite scenes in Mean Girls starred Leah and Ellen as Transformers. My favorite. I mean, I shouldn't say, one of my favorites, yes. Okay. Before we move on, I just want to, what I forgot to tell you is that for high schoolers, they have to earn a total of 10 points to be inducted. And if you happen to notice on your certificates that there were other gold stars on the bottom, that means you earned, for every 10, after 10, you get a gold star, and you will have those stars. We had one, Anna, who junior high has to earn 5 stars, and if they earned more than 5 at every 10 increment or every 5 increment, they get another star. So Anna had 10 points coming in this year. So that's what those stars mean, and congratulations. So while membership in the society is an honor, it is evidence of your continuing desire to work towards higher standards for our theater productions and your craft. Therefore, membership places upon you the obligation of rehearsing and performing your best, with the knowledge that greater honors come to those who work hard, accept responsibility, and cooperate with others. By the authority delegated to me by the International Thespian Honor Society, I now declare you members of Indian River High School's Thespian Troupe number 4958. Congratulations. To try to make it a little bit shorter this year, and for those of you that have been here, we know that sometimes it can go on. So, in terms of pins and different things, we are just going to stand when I call your name. And so for this year, people earning extra stars. Hannah Cook, 4 stars. You can stand, yep. Maria Estrada, 1 star. Abby Kelly, 2 stars. Danica Landerman, 4 stars. Tyler Bainton, 2 more stars. Lakin Murdoch, 1 star. Riley Neal, 2 stars. Bambi Schenkel, 4 stars. Ash Struble, 2 stars. Madison Taylor, 3 stars. And Cadence Timmerman, 1 star. So congratulations, there are more honors coming to some of those. And for those of you that didn't hear, all of your pins and things are going to be in a baggie you can pick up afterwards. Okay, let me skip to, all right, we have different recognition for grades. And again, we'll just stand. So the presidential scholars, and of course I did not write it down on this piece of paper, but I believe it's like a 94 to 100 average. The following students are receiving presidential scholar pins. Please stand when I say your name. Dakota Marcy, Bambi Schenkel, Madeline Morgan, Kiara Ruiz, Aslan Ward, Abby Mills, and Madison Taylor. Presidential Scholar pins. Okay, our vice presidential, which I think is 89 to 93, this is a cumulative grade as of 2 weeks ago. The vice presidential scholars are Gabrielle Begley, Dante Bolt, McKenna Charlton, Scott Heron, Felice Mahia. I swear, family, I will practice. William Smith, Aiden Stevens, Danica Landerman, Dalton Chamberlain, Hannah Cook, Maria Estrada, Riley Neal, and Abby Kelly. Give them a round of applause. Our Thespian scholars, which I believe go 84 to like 88, Charlotte Bannister, Kaylee Brundrett, Jack Galloway, Lily Kane, Ash Struble, Kelly Oslin, Jax Nearson, Chase Weston, Lakin Murdoch, Destiny Palhamus, and Cadence Timmerman. Congratulations. You know, I realized I'm not even sure I'm going in order of the program, so bear with me. Our officers this year that get their officer pins, our co-presidents this year, Danica Landerman and Cadence Timmerman. Our vice president, Hannah Cook. Our secretary, Ash Struble. Our treasurers, Riley Neal and Madison Taylor. And our media person, our social media person is Madeline Morgan. So they all get pins for their roles. At this time, as a little surprise, I'm going to announce next year's officers because they voted today on slates. And so we've decided to go back to separate officers. We tried a little combined thing this year, and we think it's going to be easier to go back to stage crew and Thespian. So for our stage crew, our president for next year is Bambi Schenkel. Vice President, Abby Kelly. Secretary, Raven Brooks. Treasurer, Destiny Polhamus. And media, social media, Jack Galloway. Thespian troupe, our president for next year is Abigail Mills. Vice President, Ash Struble. Secretary, Tyler Mayton. And our treasurer is Axel French, somewhere out there. Somewhere out there, okay. So congratulations on that. What did I say was gonna be next? I know I put it together, it's been a long year. Okay, all right. Our next, I think I'm gonna honor next our Honor Thespians. I wanna talk a little bit about Honor Thespians so everybody understands how many points it takes to become an Honor Thespian. You need 60 points to become an Honor Thespian. And then every 60 after that, you get different recognition through the state. So again, Honor Thespian people, your stuff is with your baggie. so we'll just have you stand. Honor Thespians this year. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. First of all, I want to recognize Hannah, because Hannah was given Honor Thespian last year, correct? So she, as a senior, I'm going to have you stand. She was Honor Thespian last year, plus earned 4 more stars this year, so a total of 40 points on top of the 60 she already had. Our next Honor Thespian is Danica Landerman. Danica got the 60 points plus, again, 4 stars. So that's over 100 points that she has. Congratulations. Abby Mills, Honor Thespian, with, I think, just about 60. So you hit the 60 mark. Lakin Murdoch, you have earned Honor Thespian plus 1 star. Bambi Schenkel, Honor Thespian plus 4 stars this year, another 100. Ash Struble, Honor Thespian with 2 additional stars. Madison Taylor, Honor Thespian with 3 additional stars. And Cadence Timmerman, Honor Thespian with 1 additional star. So they will be getting a medal and a special ribbon to wear at graduation, as well as a certificate and pin. So congratulations, that's amazing, you guys. Okay. All right, Best Thespian. Actually, before I do Best Thespian, I want to do NYSTIA Awards. Every year, I am able to nominate students who I feel and I have seen being transformed through theater. And this year, I selected 1 tech person and 1 acting person. Okay, and nope, that's not it. The ones that say NYSTIA right in front of me. So the first 2 people I want to recognize are Hannah Cook and Riley Neal. They both have attended NYSTIA conferences, and I feel have given a lot of their time and energy and professionalism to our theater program. So you guys can come down. Congratulations. Congratulations. And every year I'm able to nominate a community member. Now, I do want to say this in front of all of you because as parents, we couldn't do what we do in the theater without you, every single one of you. But this year I really want to especially recognize Tammy Schenkel. We could not have done Mean Girls and everything that happened during intermission and before intermission. And she is just that person that I know amongst a good bunch of you that I could call if I need help at any time. So, Tammy, come down and get your Outstanding Volunteer Award. Is she not moving? No, okay. How about I have Amanda give it to you in the dark? But let's thank Tammy and all the parents that have helped out. Okay, moving on quickly. Best Thespians. This is an award that the adults involved in the theater program take incredibly seriously. We select Best Thespians. This year we have selected 1 actor and 1 tech person as Best Thespians. Our Best Thespian actor is Cadence Timmerman. And our Best Technician, Danica Landerman. And you get really pretty, really, just Cadence, yes. And you guys will, okay. So congratulations. They have put their life and souls into this program for many, many, many years. Okay, I think, let's do your Golden Tool Awards. And Honor Thespians, you also have a certificate for your portfolios, but we've got some special tech awards. I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Morrison. Miss Morrison.
This first golden tool will be going to none other than Bambi Schenkel. Bambi has been a wonderful help to the theater, always and forever. Very creative, very inventive, and always throws a wrench in my thinking. Ah? Okay. For real, in the best way possible, Bambi gives me everything to think about and everything to reconsider in, like, literally every way, and I could not ask for anyone better to give me new ideas and to help me through my processes and to just be a wonderful technician. So, the golden wrench to Bambi.
Josh and I decided we wanted to make it like the Academy Awards, but we didn't mess up the awards like they do. So I'm going to go with a little bit more suspense for you. The student up for this Golden Award has grown leaps and bounds since their first days with stage crew. They've always been extremely detail-oriented, but now they complete tasks with meticulous attention. They strive for perfection, and they're able to take charge of a crew like it's a well-oiled machine, even if they're not in charge. You know, like Hamilton, they're not satisfied with less than. They are devoted to the arts and actually spend so much time in this wing that I have a source with photographic evidence that they've fallen asleep on the risers during the concert season. This devotion has seen them go through most areas of stage crew, props, deckhand, makeup, stage management-ish type roles, and even most recently dabbling in a bit of acting. Even recently, as I pulled into the parking lot to attend the suicide awareness play, I could only smile as we walked into the high school, the student telling me that she was attempting to change into show blacks from her NISMA solo outfit while riding in a car immediately after completing her solo. So, Abby Mills, you may kill me for what your golden tool is, but it definitely will be one of my fondest memories of you. So, for those who don't know, we try to do mini workshops on tech techniques for crew kids. And a few years ago, we decided to do a rigging workshop, which mostly entails tying different kinds of knots for different purposes. Well, Abby hated it. To this day, she will tell me that it is quite possibly the worst thing we've ever made her do in stage crew, especially when they were at Iris and they come to face paint for me. And I let them sew stuffies in my art room, and Abby had to tie knots with a needle and thread, and she still hates knots to this day. So Abby, I made you a golden rig with like 8 different knots on it. But I do need you to know, despite your hatred for these knots, you are a lot like them. You're versatile for different situations, strong enough to hold things together, able to engineer a solution, flexible enough to adjust on the fly, always concerned with the safety of others, and just plain tough enough to not unravel under tension. So here are your knots, and I promise I won't make you actually tie them again. And they're all real rigging knots. So there you go.
Okay, we're gonna do one more thing before the Excitable Drammy Awards, okay? And that is to recognize our seniors. The seniors this year have really been with the program for a really long time, a lot of them starting doing musicals in 6th grade. And again, we can't do it without our parents. So seniors, you, if I can find it, there we go. Thank you. All right. You guys are gonna come get a flower for you. And I want you to take, if whatever parents are out here, bring one to them and bring one home if they're not. So, seniors, come on down and get your senior flower. And go give it to whoever, one for you, one for 2 parents or guardians or loved ones.
1, 2, 3. You can give 3 flowers. Maybe Josh should turn up the house lights.
Yeah, Josh, do you want to turn off the house lights just a little bit so they're not stumbling? To your parents. Again, thank you all for letting us take care of your children. We thank you for everything you do. Can I have a hug, Madison? No. No hug. How about Maria will give me a hug.
That was even worse.
Sorry.
You're going to let me get away?
No, I said that, and you didn't come back. Okay. Congratulations. Can we give your parents an amazing round of applause, first of all? And let's give our seniors an amazing applaud as well. Okay. As they're making their way back, let me explain Grammys. Okay. Are we ready for the Drammies? No? Alrighty, these are voted on and nominated by the stage crew and Thespians, and I will try to do them as quickly as possible. Nominated for Most Dramatic Performance this year were Cadence Timmerman as Wendy in Lost Girl, Dakota Marcy as the narrator in Right Before I Go, and Damien. I'm not sure how he was serious, but you know. Felice for Lost Girls and Right Before I Go. And Peyton Hicks as Regina in Mean Girls. And our winner is Cadence Timmerman as Wendy in Lost Girl. Next is Most Comedic Performance. Nominees, Dakota Marcy as Damien in Mean Girls, Tyler Mayton as Kevin in Mean Girls, Dalton Chamberlain as Karen in Mean Girls, and Dakota Marcy as Curly in Lost Girl. Did we have a girls theme from like the last 3 shows? Punk Rock Girl, Lost Girl, Mean Girls. So our winner is Dakota Marcy as Damien in Mean Girls. We had a lot of Most Improved Performer nominations. Dalton Chamberlain, Kiara Ruiz, Abby Mills, Chase Weston, Dakota Marcy, Wade Davis, Felice, Madeline Morgan, and our winner was Chase Weston, Most Improved. Favorite line, several nominations here as well. First nomination, I wish I could drink the air you breathe, and that's a big scary feeling to have. That was Slightly in Lost Girl. She's a fart mouth life ruiner, Janice in Mean Girls. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, Karen in Mean Girls. That's one of my life goals, to not touch a tiger. That was Karen in Mean Girls. Oh my God, Danny DeVito, I love your work. Damien in Mean Girls. Sorry, question mark. Peter Pan in Lost Girl. Kev, stop trying to make squills happen. It's not gonna happen. Axel, I can't remember what character you were in that, but that was Axel in Mean Girls. And last, you're either doing drugs or very constipated from using drugs. That was Damien in Mean Girls, and that was our winner for Best Line. Most likely to take a selfie during rehearsal. Axel French, Brooklyn Timmerman, Cadence Timmerman, Kiara Ruiz, Riley Neal, The Mean Girls, Peyton Hicks, and the winner was the 4 Mean Girls. Come on down. I think there are 2 of you here. I included Katie in this. Katie? I included you in this as well.
Technically, you were a mean girl.
Technically, yeah, you did turn into a mean girl. Okay. We'll save the other 2. Most likely to be late to rehearsal, Cadence Timmerman, Kiara Ruiz, Peyton Hicks, Tyler Mayton, which I'm going to say this out loud. Tyler was in BOCES. I don't know why he even made it on here. But anyway, our winner was Peyton Hicks, and she's not here tonight. Most likely to be seen on Saturday Night Live. And the nominees, Dakota Marcy, Cadence Timmerman, and Will Smith. And the winner, Dakota Marcy. Best Stage Manager, Abby Mills, Danica Landerman, Madison Taylor, and Danica won for Best Stage Manager. What? I did? I don't know how I did that because I followed this. That's all right. You'll figure it out. I have faith. Hardest Working Technician. Nominees, Danica Landerman, Abby Mills, Crystal Jackson, Madison Taylor, Lakin Murdoch, Bambi Schenkel. I'm here to tell you every single one of those kids are hardworking. Actually, you all are. But our winner was Danica Landerman. Best Performer Newcomer. We had a lot of these nominees. Abby Mills, Adelaide Pitts, Axel French, Callista Carey, Chase Weston, Dakota Marcy, Ash Struble, and all of our dance team. But Abby Mills won for Best Newcomer. Best Crew Newcomer, Jacqueline Galloway, Scott Heron, Dante Bolt, and AJ Scudder. And it was AJ Scudder that won for Best Newcomer. Best Quick Change. I love these. Katie, all of her changes in Mean Girls. Katie and Damien's shirt swap. The plastic Santa costumes, or the lion costume. But it was Katie and all of her changes in Mean Girls. And there should be, is there 4? Oh yeah, so one is Natalie, and who was my other quick changer? Abby Kelly, yeah? So you guys all get one for all those quick changes that happened beautifully? Yes. Sometimes not so beautiful. Okay, most likely to be seen on reality TV. Nominees, Peyton Hicks, Dakota and Cadence together, Cadence Timmerman, Dalton Chamberlain, Dakota Marcy, Riley Neal, Aiden Stevens. Dakota and Cadence won together. Listen, you guys vote and nominate, so, you know. All right, most likely to be seen on Broadway. Dakota Marcy, Gabrielle Begley, Cadence Timmerman, Peyton Hicks, Tyler Mayton, Chase Weston. Dakota Marcy won, most likely to be seen on Broadway. Most likely to work in tech on Broadway. Bambi Schenkel, Danica Landerman, Hannah Cook, Lakin Murdoch, Madison Taylor. Danica, you are most likely to work tech on Broadway. This next one's one of my favorites. Most likely to forget a line. Ash Struble, Dakota Marcy, Cadence Timmerman, Kiara Ruiz, and Wade Davis. Wade Davis, you won most likely to forget a line. I can't argue. I can't, well, exactly, man. Exactly. Most likely to miss a cue. Peyton Hicks, Lily and Ash together. Dante Bolt, Riley Neal and Dalton Chamberlain, Tyler Mayton, Axel French. Give us a wave, Axel. Yep, you're up here again. But the winner was Peyton Hicks, who is not with us this evening. Most likely to break character came down to 2. Dakota Marcy and Brooklyn Timmerman. And I am proud to say that Brooklyn Timmerman is the winner of this Grammy. I love these ones that have like 15 nominees. You know it's going to be an interesting race. Most likely to talk backstage, which, yeah, pretty much everybody. No, okay, here were the nominees. The Plastics, The Dancers, Freshmen, Aslan Ward, Callista Carey, Crew, Dakota and Cadence. Really, guys? As seniors, you were most likely to talk backstage. Brooklyn Timmerman and Ellie Baruman. However, the winner by quite a landslide, and I didn't understand this, was the freshmen. Are there freshmen here? Come get your award. I did 5 of them because I wasn't sure. Axel, was Axel part of that talking backstage? Axel? Yeah, Who else is down there? Oh, Brooklyn, Yeah, I'm not sure who I was trying to think of, who the freshmen were. Almost there, guys. Most likely to turn Miss Farr's hair gray. Tyler Mayton. I didn't nominate these. By the way, I did not nominate these. Cadence and Dakota together. Wade. Maybe Wade. Cadence Timmerman, The Actors, Dakota Marcy, Axel French, or Everyone. And the winner was Everyone. But the best part, you guys, I forgot to change Fuller to Far, so it still says most likely to turn Fuller's hair gray. So I gotta fix that. Anyway, most memorable costume malfunction. Katie's dress malfunctions in Mean Girls. Regina's bloody tights in Mean Girls. Katie's early entrance in her Santa costume in Mean Girls. Lion costume in Mean Girls. Ash's costume in Lost Girl. The winner was Regina's bloody tights in Mean Girls, of which I had no idea that even happened. Best Jack of all trades, does both acting and tech. Abby Mills, Dalton Chamberlain, Madison Taylor, Lily Kane, Ash Struble, and Abby Mills, you won for Best Jack of all trades. This one I don't understand, and somebody can explain it to me later, not now, but later. Best dancer. Avery, Chase Weston, The Crew, Dakota Marcy, Cody, McKenna, Maddie Bouchaw. Chase Weston, you won for Best Dancer. What? McKenna, I'm sorry. You can tell me later. I was shocked by this answer. I don't think I'm there yet. Well, I'll check to see if it went somewhere else. Maybe I skipped a page. Best Singer. We had 4 very, very honorable nominees for Best Singer. Dakota Marcy, Gabrielle Begley, Cadence Timmerman, and Peyton Hicks. And Cadence, you won for Best Singer this year. Most likely to be found in the theater during the school day. Bambi Schenkel, Chase Weston, and Danica Landerman. Danica is most likely to live in here. Yes, I must have missed a couple, but let me do these first. Best offstage performer. What this means is somebody who's performing something they weren't cast for in the wings during the show. And so, here are the nominees. The Booth, Dakota Marcy, Bambi Schenkel. Really? I want to see that. I'm checking that out next year. And the dancers. But you can guess our comedian, Dakota Marcy, also got that Grammy. Most likely to be gaff-taped to a wall by Mr. Wilson and Ms. Morrison. Okay, here are the nominees. Stage left. Scott Heron, Tyler Mayton, Bambi Schenkel. It is Scott Heron. Most likely to be gaff-taped. Okay, what am I missing? Most. Okay. I'm going to announce it if I don't see the page. Maybe I didn't. Sorry, guys. I really swear that I work hours, man. Well, worst costume. Worst costume. It was a tie. But here were the nominees. the lion suit, the sexy mouse costume, the gingerbread man, Peter Pan, or Ash's costume in Lost Girl. What? Anyway, the tie was between the lion suit in Mean Girls and the gingerbread man. Come on down, Axel and Wade. Yes, most accident prone, actor or crew. And the nominees, Mr. Wilson, Danica Landerman, Cadence Timmerman, Chase Weston, or Dakota Marcy. And I forgot that a wall fell on Chase. So Chase Weston, you won most accident prone. Okay, 2 more, right? Yes. Yep. Best costume. Here are the nominees. The bride costume in Mean Girls, all of Janice's costumes in Mean Girls, the lion costume, Kevin G's talent show outfit, or Peter Pan, both adult and teen. Oh, okay, from Lost Girl. However, I'm going to give it up for Cadence and I because Janice's costumes won for Mean Girls. Yes, it was a combination of my clothes and her clothes. So, Leah has experienced wearing half of my clothes on stage as well. All right, last one is Best Show. And so obviously our choices this year were Lost Girl, Mean Girls, or Right Before I Go, and Mean Girls won for Best Show. So anybody involved in Mean Girls, we'll just pass it down. If you were involved in Mean Girls, take one. Also, seniors, what I forgot to give you are your graduation tassels. So when you come up to get your baggie, you can grab your graduation tassels, okay? Well, that concludes our event this evening. We have cupcakes and water for everybody out in the hallway. However, before we leave and before you all move on to see your family, we'd like to get a group shot of everybody. We'll do everybody, then we'll do new inductees and junior Thespian inductees. So parents, if you want to get pictures of the groups, we'll turn on the lights and you guys can do that. So why don't you set up into 2 rows. Oh, are they all the way across? No. Okay, let's do, why don't we do, so thank you for coming. We're going to do some photos. All right, let's have junior Thespians right here.
Gotta grab one from Monica.
Really? Yeah, she's sitting there in one picture going.